doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Rocking and rolling. Hillary CEO is back in the building. How are you doing today?
What up, dog? What up, dog?
I'm doing very well myself. I mean, I appreciate you not asking, but it's all good. It's all good.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
How you been?
I'm very well. I like the bubblegum kind of mixture here because the glasses are like a purplish and then the blue, you know what I'm saying? Reminds me of the bazooka days back in the day.
Ooh.
How you been? What's been new since the last time you came on here?
Man, there's been so much going on. Like, I got a mixtape coming out. 424, 24, Cut the Check mixtape coming out. I got some crazy production on there. Like, whole bunch of Primo Beats. I got Helluva on there. I got Smerf. Smerf don't even be making a lot of beats like that. I done got a Smerf beat on there. D-Nail, Shooter. All bangers. It ain't no features on there. Like, I wanted my first mixtape to be like no features. I wanted everybody to see like I could carry a whole mixtape by myself. But the next one gonna have features, but this one is just like straight me, straight fire. Everyone a banger.
For sure, yeah. That's what a lot of artists like to do in the beginning to prove that they don't need any boost or anything like that. They don't need a collaboration to boost the views. It can just be solely done by you.
Yeah.
It's like almost a little bit risky sometimes because it's a major investment and you don't want it to flop, but it also shows strong confidence in what you're putting out there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about this oil that's just sitting on this couch, just chilling in his own figure. He needs some buffs on.
No, this is my, I got my own hair grow line. So I got a hair grow line. I got grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil, castor oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil, lemongrass oil. It's a hair grow oil. You want it?
Do I need it?
Yeah.
You think I need it?
Nah.
Like, I look sweet.
You straight.
Yeah, I appreciate
Nah, but
it.
I do locks, so I have my own hair grow line. Like, I'm like the best loctician in the city.
I know we talked about that last time. It's so funny hearing stories about the lock industry, the loctician industry. Because even me, back in my single days, I would have used that as a way to hit up a girl and be like, yo, I need to get my locks done. Pull up real quick.
Hella people do.
And then just make my move.
Hella people. They don't make their move, though. They be shy as fuck. Like, lame as hell. Yeah, they just want to come sit in my face. Like... They just sit there, and then when they leave, they start liking my pictures and shit.
Yeah.
Like, weird as hell. But I don't care.
It's
Give
a
me
strategy.
the money. Give me the money. I don't give a fuck. You could come as many times as you want to. As long as you paying the money, that's all I care about, for real. Like, I do not care.
It's the strategy, right, that guys use. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to show, like, I don't have any interest when I see you. And that way I leave, it's like, for your care, you're going to be curious, like, oh, how come you didn't try to do anything? And then all of a sudden he starts liking your pictures.
Shit is fucked up. Social media fucked up everything. Like, it fucked up communication so bad. Like, everybody mind fucked up these days. Like, social media is just like, it's good, but it's also like terrible.
Expand on that. What do you mean?
Cause it's like everybody want to look like the next person. Everybody want to flex. People don't communicate well no more. Like I said, they'll just jump in your DM. They won't talk to you. Like, they'll see you out. Won't come say hi, hey, what's going on? Like, they'll just slide in your DMs like, did I just see you at the party? Like, yeah, nigga, that was just me. Like, what the fuck? Like, but they don't never do that type of shit. Like, it's just social media got everybody hair fried. Like, it's terrible.
I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, a man approaching women in public, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with, it is easier to DM a girl. So any guy that was afraid or timid to approach a woman is more likely going to just go on social media afterwards instead of doing it at the event that they see the girl at. But I also started thinking, I think women make themselves less approachable these days. I was telling this girl yesterday, she was asking for dating advice, and I was like, when you go out in public, do you like reciprocate a man's attention? And she's like, no, I'm pretty shut off. And I'm like, okay, well, how are you going to get a date if you're not making eye contact, if you're not showing any type of interest, if you're not conversating, you just got the shield up, you're making this guy work extra hard for your attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's social media. That's what I'm saying. Like, social media, it used to be a time where you gotta go talk to somebody to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like everybody too accessible. That's one of the problems too. Like, don't nobody want to put in work no more to date. You know what I'm saying? Because you be like, okay, well, this person done pissed me off. I'm just in the next DM. You know what I'm saying? Or it seemed like she ain't feeling me, so I'm just in the next DM. Like, it's just all fucked up. But yeah, people don't. I don't know. I would rather somebody just come talk to me so I can really like get a feel for you. We can vibe. I can really feel your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really do that on social media and text and DMs, like a motherfucker can say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like really in person, let's see what you're really about. Let's see what your confidence like. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how your body language is. Let's see how you react to certain things that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, that shit is just fucked up.
For sure, yeah. And I think people use their stories as like a strategy to attract people, or their posts.
For sure.
It's a real thing, right? Like a man or woman will use their whole Instagram page dedicated to just attracting other people. Like that's what their whole thing is, like story posts of stuff they were never even at. I had a friend that used to like be like, yo, send me footage of that night so I can post it in my story so I can get this girl. And I'm like, what the hell? Why don't you just go live that life instead of asking me for visuals and shit like that? You know what I mean?
Don't let a nigga piss me off. I'm flooding the timeline with pictures. Like, I swear to God, like, nigga, you piss me off. All it's gonna take is to upload some throwback bikini pictures, all that type of shit like that. The DMs going crazy. Done.
Yeah. You've been working hard doing a lot of the one mics, the radar on the radar. You've really been putting yourself out there. You've been putting a heavy effort into it. I remember I seen some footage of you. You did a music video at I think it was Dennis Reed's studio in the courtroom. In the courtroom. You think you were the first person to shoot a music video in there? I don't know if that's for show. I was the first time I seen it was your music video though.
I'm the first rapper. I'm the first rapper to shoot a video at Dennis Reed's studio. Shout out to Dennis Reed. But yeah, like that was super cool, super professional. Like I shot No Motion up there. They was real helpful. But yeah, like, yeah. You
know what sucked about that? When you went and shot that video at the courtroom, and then I seen like everybody else start doing it, I was like, y'all just fucked it. You couldn't wait a year before you shot it after Hillary just shot it?
The crazy thing is, though, I booked it and they told me, like, oh, no other rappers came and did this. Like, this the first time. Dame Dot shot a video an hour after me in that studio, but I still was the first one, though.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
he put his shit out. He put his out, like, a couple days later, but I was the first one for sure.
Yeah, I know you were the first one because even though he might have released it a couple days later, I seen the footage of it getting set up from you in the first place. Yeah. So I was like, okay. That's a huge thing that's happening with the D2R studio and everything like that. People can go in and just have different settings and everything like that.
Man, they got so many settings, like you could do so much in there. Like I love what they doing with that. Like, and they still building in there. Like they had showed me, walked me around. They said they was building like a whole bunch more like scenes and settings. Like that's fire. Yeah. I love that. And he's super, super cool. Like super professional. Like he's super supportive in what I do. Like shout out to Dennis Reed. Like that's really the homie for real.
No, for sure. What else has been going on for you as far as your music career is concerned? Have you been getting the trajectory or the response that you've been expecting from the audience or from people following you?
I feel like I'm getting way more than I expected.
Cool.
Like, I ain't been doing this that long. I'm at like year 2, almost at year 2 now. And like, I literally got like my favorite Detroit artist tell me like he was a fan of mine and he want to work with me and all kind of stuff like that. So we actually did a song. I ain't gonna say yet, but we actually did a song. We got a song dropping this summer. It's crazy, but just seeing stuff like that, like seeing people who just been doing this for a long time, you know what I'm saying? They got big names and they telling me that they like my music and they like me and they like my persona, and you know what I'm saying? People be calling me like, hey, this label talking about you, you know what I'm saying? They talking about the females in Detroit, your name coming up. People calling me for concerts and stuff like that, like features, all kind of stuff. And it's going real, real good. I'm real, real happy, thankful, blessed. I thank God every day. Like,
yeah, you put out a solid portfolio of work. Like everything you put out is solid. Like it's not like you're just throwing out content.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? Especially with the music's concerned. I know you did like the rap detention too.
Yeah.
That caught my eye. When I seen that, I was like, okay, she's really putting herself out there, and those things are not easy to do.
Man, it's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like, sometimes, some days I feel like I started late, like with this rap shit, because a lot of people start, you know what I'm saying? They was like 16, 17 when they started, or like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, I'm just not getting started, like late 20s. I ain't gonna say how old I am for real, but I got started in my late 20s, and I'm like, man, did I start too late? But I feel like it's all divine timing and God's timing, because I wouldn't have had the money to do this shit right now. Like, I got the money to do it now. Like, I got the money to move around, go state to state, do different platforms, shoot different videos. I do everything 100% me. like everything. Wardrobes, people. I'm pulling Tubi people in these movies, like all kind of stuff like that. Like on the mixtape, I got a bunch of videos coming out, like visuals coming out with it, and it's like I do everything by myself, and it's like it seemed like the perfect time because now you know what I'm saying. I got this motion. I put everything into this. Like, I really stopped shopping. I stopped, like, bullshitting, wasting money, doing a whole bunch of stuff like that. I put everything I got into this.
Yeah.
Like,
you're fully invested in it, obviously, and that's what's important for when these labels, like you said, are seeking out Detroit female artists and everything like that. That's what puts you in the frontier of options for them to want to work with,
for sure.
Especially on the professional level. Like, you're not doing anything ratchet or that's so out of line that they're afraid to work with you. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with this girl. We don't know where she's going to end up next year. Like, that's the way to do it, man. Like, there's a few other female artists that are really showing the blueprint for that, and I believe that blueprint is really the way to go. Professionalism, hot content, craft, talent, you're good. Like,
professionalism is and that's hard to come by. It's so many people that's unprofessional. Like, oh my God, it irritates me so bad. Like, damn, it's a business. Like, this is a business. Like, handle it as such. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they do not. It's like they don't take it serious, or they just like, oh, whatever. And it's like, shit, we ain't made it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's still stay professional. Like, motherfuckers be walking around like I'm the shit. I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta put no work in for real. Everything gonna come to me. Like, we all still out here grinding. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's extremely important. People, like, you know how they say everybody is really watching? Anybody that's a major figure in Detroit that has power and pull is watching literally anybody that has even a little bit of motion, right? They watch you, and then if they see a slip up, they almost X you out. Like, all right, that's not somebody I'm about to reach out to. You wouldn't want to have a fight in the middle of the street with this person? All right, you want to go pull this out on that person? All right, you're out. They really do think like that. Like, why would I add this chaos to my life?
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way. Like, it'd be like a whole bunch of just like weird ass shit going on. But overall, I just feel like if I conduct myself a certain type of way, if I, you know what I'm saying, make sure I keep my business straight, make sure I make my connections, my network, my people, and I stay professional, I feel like that's the reason why people want to mess with me too, is how I carry myself.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
There is a way that you still have to be electrifying in order to replace the fact that you don't have to do any viral shit to succeed.
Yeah.
Some forced viral stuff like fake beefs or, you know, whatever the case may be, outlandish statements or sex tapes, whatever the case might be. But you have to replace that with hard talent and hard consistency at the end of the day, right?
For sure. Hell yeah.
That's why people make viral moments. That's why people do the instigating stuff, is because
clout.
They messed up that month. Like, man, I did not do enough to get shit done this month. I didn't do enough to put in the work, so now I gotta go call Doug and tell him to meet me on 7 Mile or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that do shit like that too. Like, they just try to go viral, like that's their thing. That shit weak as hell though. Just like, if you be yourself, people would just be, you know, attract to you. But you, obviously, if you're not attracting, you know what I'm saying, what you want, you ain't putting that good energy out or that energy out. So shit. Talk
about what's been the most gratifying moment to you in 2024 so far for your artistry.
I honestly, it ain't came yet. I say in 2 weeks, like when my mixtape come out, I feel like that's for sure gonna be it. But probably working with my favorite artists. That was real dope to me. Like, I was so happy. I called everybody like, oh my God, he followed me on Instagram. Oh my God, did y'all see the live? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's his first and last name?
You gonna see when the song come out.
I just don't. Come on, man. Nobody ever says anything crazy on my podcast to give us more views. Let's say something crazy.
I mean, so okay, you want we could get into some shit, because it's some shit that I wanted to talk about.
Right.
Like, I did want to get on here and talk about and ask you, why are niggas more emotional than women?
I don't know. I didn't know that was a real thing.
Hell yeah. Like,
you're talking about social media emotional, or you're talking about in-person emotional?
No, like, lately I've been experiencing some very, very emotional ass niggas. Like, niggas mad at me. I done had niggas say they want to fight me. I done had niggas just like stalking me, like riding past the shop and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Sitting in the parking lot, like all kind of shit. Like, females, they get mad at you and like burn your clothes or like fuck up your car. Nigga get mad at you, want to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, why am I experiencing? I got a nigga right now that's mad because I'm talking to somebody. Nigga, I ain't never talked to you before. I never flirted with you. I never did nothing. What the fuck is you mad at me for?
Possessive behavior.
It's weird as fuck. Like, niggas be on some weird ass shit. Like, I can't stand that shit. But I wanted to come on here and talk about that shit.
Do you fear for your life, or are you kind of just like, he's on bullshit?
Hell no, I don't fear for my motherfucking life. I ain't, like, hell no. Like, nigga, try something if you want. Try something if you want to. God damn it. Nah, it's time for these to come off now. Shit. Nah, but it's like I don't be wanting I don't want to be getting my family all involved in no shit. You know what I'm saying? My people, like, cause it ain't finna just be me fighting no nigga or getting into it with no nigga. Like, I got uncles, brothers, cousins, a boo, like all kind of shit. Like, that's gonna come swarm this nigga. So it's just like, I don't even be trying to do all that shit.
Yeah, I've had many girl friends that are girls that have that same issue where a guy's like ultra possessive. He's also controlling. He's dominant. Like, he thinks it's like, what's the word for it? Territorial. Yeah. Like, men are territorial of women that aren't even their women, which is a very scary thing.
Weird. That shit is weird. Like, I ain't never been your bitch. And also too, it was like, so it's a song on my mixtape called Bitch Ass Nigga.
How'd you come up with that title?
A bitch ass nigga. So my ex-boyfriend, like, the nigga, like, we was together, like, in a relationship. And I told him, like, I want to start rapping. You know, I've been saying this for years. Like, I literally been saying this for years. And he was like, oh, I'm a producer, like, all this type of shit like that. I'm like, that's perfect, because I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? At first, he was cool about it. And when I started taking steps towards rapping, this nigga told me, you not gonna make it. You wasting your time, wasting your money. Your career ain't gonna go nowhere. You gotta fuck your way to the top. Like, all female artists just fuck their way to the top to get where they gotta go. Like, I'm like, damn, nigga, like, this is my boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the nigga I'm like fucking every other day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So it was like, we had some problems, but I dumped him right then and there, and we have not talked in. And I made that song about him, bitch ass nigga.
Right. The reason that he most likely did that is because he knows that there are some realities to what he's saying, and he's afraid of losing you to the industry. That's why he said that. It's like, if your girl
to tell somebody they ain't gonna go no. He literally told me, like, your career not gonna go nowhere. Like, you wasting your time and wasting your money.
See, he just took a direct approach to saying that he doesn't feel secure about you entering that field.
I think that's what it was.
But there's other people that are more manipulative about it. Like, there's some guys that are like, yeah, but don't you feel like maybe, it's kind of dangerous? Don't you feel like maybe it's that they'll use a different approach to kind of manipulate you into not going into it? He was just very direct about it. Like, yo, stay the fuck out. No guy wants his girlfriend to be in the entertainment industry because they know what the entertainment industry entails. But if you're a secure man, you have to let that go and be like, you know what? I trust her enough. And if she does do some wicked shit, just let her go. That's how it works.
Fuck that. Not saying fuck that with you, but it's just like, fuck that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga never heard me rap or no shit like that before. You didn't even hear me say not one rap. I could be, and I am sweet as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like, I told him, like, why would you not just be there with me? Why would you not be in these studios with me? Why would you not be in these meetings with me? Why would you not be there, like, on this journey with me? You know I ain't even cut like that. You know I ain't finna fuck my way to the... You know I'm not even like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even think that? Like, but...
Yeah, it's just insecurity at the end of the day. It's like if you had a boyfriend and then he's like, yo, Hugh Hefner hit me up to work at the Playboy Mansion. Is that straight? You would have to say yes because you trust him enough. But you know that if he's in there surrounded by a bunch of women all the time, it's going to make you feel a certain type of way every single day. Like, damn, like today might be the day. So just like for a woman, listen, this is a reality of the entertainment industry that I know I'm going to catch flack for. But the reality is women in the entertainment industry have a disadvantage because men will leverage opportunity through sex. That's just the bottom line.
That's something else I wanted to get on too.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Was like Tubi. Like, so many people asked me, like, why I ain't did no Tubi movies and stuff like that. And I wanted to get into, like, these Tubi, like, directors and producers and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I done been to so many casting calls. I done got past the auditions, like, you know what I'm saying, the callbacks. Every fucking one wanted me to, like, show my titties and shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, God damn, I gotta play, like, a sex worker, a stripper, a slut, or everything. I'm like, God damn, granted, I know how I look. I know I'm sexy. I know sex sells. I know I got titties, ass, all that shit. You feel me? But damn, I can't play the fucking secretary. Like, I can't play the fucking a nice looking fucking librarian. It's like every single one. And I'm like, God damn, what's the odds of that happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all terrible as fuck. I had one guy tell me, like, you killed the audition, like you was the best one. Like, I want you on the main role, whoop, whoop, all that type of shit like that. But you got to do a sex scene. I said, I'll do a sex scene. That's cool. I don't mind doing that. I just don't want to show my titties in the sex scene. That's just too hard. I can't do it. You just can't get the role. I'm like, I watch probably every Tubi movie. You know what I'm saying? Especially every Detroit Tubi movie. Like, I love Tubi. It's plenty of fucking sex scenes where you do not have to show your titties. Like, it's not like you just gotta show your titties in this sex scene. But it's just like, they be weird as fuck. Like, definitely sexualized. I feel like I've been sexualized from the Tubi people more than like music producers and shit like that.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right about that too, because I think like KDZ had a sex scene, and like I don't remember seeing anything from the girl. It was just like they were under the covers, and that was one of the hottest sex scenes I ever seen in a Tubi movie.
It's so doable, and I've seen so many Tubi movies to where like you don't have your titties just don't have to be out. You can still do a nice, like on Plug Love. On Plug Love with Murder Pain, I forgot the girl name, but they shit was steamy as hell. I rewinded a couple times. Like, damn, that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No titties. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple of actresses on there. I ain't never seen they titties. But it's just like, I'm telling you, it's like...
You know why they do it? It's because you have a marketable page. Like, you have a lot of followers. They're very super supportive. If they heard that you're in a movie and your titties are out, they already know every single one of your followers is going to go watch this movie now just to see your titties. So it's like a strategic placement in order to get views at the end of the day.
I'm hip. Like
it's not
I
like
said,
they're doing it for like a creative reason. Like, you know what? If we show her titties, it's really going to tell the details of the story, like really expand upon the message of the story. They just know their followers are going to go watch.
I'm hip. But I'm telling you, this has been every single last one. It hasn't been one movie that I haven't auditioned for. Maybe one, because my cousin was the director. You know what I'm saying? I was in that one, but like it hasn't been one movie that I went to auditions, made it past the, you know what I'm saying, second round, all that type of shit like that. As soon as I get there, they like, we need them titties out. Yeah. I'm like, how the fuck is it every single it's not like just some of them, it's not like 50-50.
Did Crystal the Doll ever show her body in her movies?
I think so.
Yeah?
Not a lot though. Not a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think probably I only seen like one with her. But like a lot of those ladies, they do not show their titties on there. And he told me like it was gonna be too hard. I'm like, that shit ain't too hard, but do your thing, whatever.
No, that sucks. I mean, it sucks that you have to experience that because first of all, I mean, you fit the criteria for somebody that can play many different roles, right? And then it's like you're subjugated to just wanting people to see certain body parts and everything. Like
every single last one.
Like people are gonna watch the movie, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like if I don't know, like when Cash Doll had the BMF scene, I mean, I had to see it. Like I had to see what was going on.
That's different though. If BMF was like, come do this shit and show your titties for BMF, that's totally different from doing that shit for Tubi. And I ain't even down in Tubi and no shit like that. I love Tubi. I watch that shit. I watched every movie. But like, I'm pretty sure that check is probably a totally different check. You know what I'm saying? The Tubi check, like, you working with like way different people. Like, it's just like a different, you know what I'm saying? Like setting. Like, if 50 came to me was like, let's do this sex scene. You know what I'm saying? Let's show these titties. But just for the nigga around the corner who's shooting like some shit on his phone, no, I'm not finna do that shit. Like, no, it's not happening.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm telling you, man.
That's nuts. Otherwise, though, besides, I mean, that is a huge factor. Not to. It's just part of the entertainment industry, so it's hard to get super into detail about it because. Look what we've been seeing from Hollywood for the past 20 years. The Me Too movement is insane. Everybody's realizing, like, if you look back 20 years ago, all these actors are complaining about what they had to do to get these roles. Yeah. And it's just always going to be a fucking reality, right? Yeah. So it does suck, but it's just a part of the game. Yeah. What have you been doing to kind of get your mind to cross over into more hope, even though that is happening? Even though that is a part of it, a bridge to cross, how do you maintain that within yourself?
I honestly just don't let it like get to me that much. I feel like what's for me is just gonna be for me. Like those roles just not for me. As long as I stay consistent, still go to casting calls, still audition, still put the energy out there. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna come across something that's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't let it. But I did want to put that shit on the floor while I was on here because it was like it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It happened too many times for me to just be like, oh, it's just a coincidence. But shit like that do not get to me. Like I done been through so much, been around so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Move around so much, meet so many people. Like I honestly don't let a lot of that get to me. But
How many cities have you went to just to dedicate yourself to music so far?
so I shot my first video in Miami. I just left Chicago. I did a one mic in Chicago a couple weeks ago. Well, last week. I did a show in Houston, a show in New Orleans. I got Trash Mag coming up in Atlanta. Like, I'm trying to move around as much as I possibly can, but like sometimes I specifically do go. And I shot a video in Atlanta too.
Are you feeling any differences as far as the music scene and the entertainment scene is concerned from each city, or does it kind of all feel like the same kind of system?
it's different. Like Detroit, we different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like especially like we popping right now. Like Detroit is popping right now. Our sound is different, and when I go to different cities, more people gravitate to me because I'm from Detroit. They're like, oh shit, you from Detroit? What up, though? I got some buffs. I know Peasy. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, so it's like I do feel like it's a difference, like different sounds. They be like, damn, you look different, you sound different. It's different from what the last 20, 30 people that came here and did. You know what I'm saying? But people always show like a whole bunch of love, super supportive. Like I don't really come across haters for sure. But for the most part, like I come across people who like super, super cool. They love Detroit. Like motherfuckers love Detroit, especially Detroit women. Like we the shit.
Yeah.
And no cap.
It's like a small handful of women in Detroit that are really pursuing rap careers at a, like we said earlier, a professional and consistent rate. So to be amongst that is very important. It's a representative of what the city's music is, but it's also the fact that there's a small amount of people doing it gives you more exposure. Like when they talk about female artists in the city and they have a top 30 list, you have to be on it because there's not many really doing it at a consistent and professional level, right?
That's what's up.
So how do you look at it like I got to get to the top, or do you more so look at it as you just want it to be your own bag and whatever comes of it comes of it?
Hell yeah, I want to get to the top. Like I want to reach anything I do. I put a whole bunch of energy into it. I want to get to as far as it can go. Like every day I pray to God and I pray for elevation and growth. You know what I'm saying? And some journeys that I went on where I said I wanted to go straight to the top and God was like, okay, well no, that's not for you, so I'm gonna change your direction. You know what I'm saying? So of course I want to get to the top. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to be one of the best female rappers, you know what I'm saying? Especially from the city. But it's really up to God for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I do want to get more into acting. I'm opening my own hair salon. I do a whole bunch of shit. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Whichever way God, you know what I'm saying, pull me, is gonna be the way. But I definitely am in my own lane right now. Like I ain't tracking nobody else shit. I'm not like, well damn, this person doing this, I gotta do this. I literally get up and do my own thing, go my own route, like, and do my own thing, and hopefully that take me to where I pray that I'll go every day.
Did you find yourself having to change your personal life to adapt to your artistry?
Nah, not
so
for
everything
real.
kind of stayed the same, even though you said, entertainment's something kind of relatively new to you.
Yeah.
So your personal life hasn't changed one bit since that?
No, I do feel like my family, they look at me like a rich celebrity.
For
you know
real?
what I'm saying? So it's like when I be coming around, instead of just being just like regular Diamond, they be like, oh my God, let's take a picture. I'm like, motherfucker, like I see you all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like stop playing. So that make me kind of feel like a little bit different. But to be honest, like I've been doing me. You know what I'm saying? I've been hustling. I've been grinding. I've been a people person. You know what I'm saying? Like it is kind of weird. Like I had somebody at the mall recognize who I was at the Apple store yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And I think that was kind of like, that type of stuff is different for me. Like I ain't used to like a whole bunch of people coming up to me, or you know what I'm saying, people coming up to me like, oh, you the girl from the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had clients come in knowing my whole songs, like all kind of stuff like that. So that kind of stuff is like, damn, I'm really a rapper. Like, that's crazy. But it's for the most part, it's the same. Like, before I started rapping, everybody thought I was a rapper. Just like how I carried myself. Like, people stereotyped me. They thought I was either a stripper, a rapper, or I sold drugs.
Damn.
And I have no fucking idea why. Like, I mean, I drive foreign cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got tattoos, big ass titties. I can see why they think, you know what I'm saying? Because it's Detroit. It's like a whole bunch of that shit. Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of that shit going on. But everybody thought, like, I was either a rapper, a stripper. Like,
yeah, the look that some people have is kind of insane, because if you go to the mall and you see people chained out and they got jewelry and everything and they're tatted and they just a certain way, you automatically do assume they're a rapper. But he's just like, nah, motherfucker, I'm just from Detroit. It's like, oh, shit.
I'm like, I just do locks. That's how it was at first. Like, I just do locks. Like, that's it. They like, you do something. You drive a BMW. You know what I'm saying? You tatted. You got a nice, like, the fucking nail shop lady asked me, where did I get my body done at? Like, this don't even look like no fucking BBL. Stop playing with me.
So it's all, I'm just asking. It's all zero. Like, no.
I have
nothing.
no surgery, no BBL, no none of that shit. I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if women want do whatever they want to do to feel beautiful, that's on them. But I hit the gym every day before I do some shit like that. God blessed me with a fat ass, big double D titties in a small waist, and a pretty face.
That's all you need.
Athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, they're perfect.
Sometimes I be looking at the girls with pancake asses, and I'm almost like, man, I feel bad for your husband, bro. Like, how do you handle all of that? Like, nothing going on back there, nothing to slap or sleep on.
They gotta get to the gym. Like, that's why I say, like, I ain't mad at the BBL shit, but I do. It's like 10% of me don't like that BBL shit, because it's like some women, they get straight out of high school. They ain't even giving a grown woman body a chance. They ain't even trying. Like, they going straight to BBL, straight to OnlyFans. Like, damn, bitch, you ain't even try to get life a try. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like,
it's a beautiful
try
point.
to develop. Yeah, like, try to do something. Like, they just like, they go. That's that Instagram shit. They go straight into like, I need a fat ass. Like, it's on the song. They say if your ass flat, you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody hair fried with that shit.
And you know why it's not true that flat asses don't get love? Is because I see many wedding rings on those flat asses. So it's
Me
like,
too.
So they're getting married.
Me too.
Some guys are just totally into personality. Like, they just want somebody that they can connect with and share like some type of love with in all types of ways. Some guys prefer the fact that they can slap something and hear a sound after. Like, you know, like, that's just the way it goes, son. It's a reality, man. I hate when men, you know what I hate what women do is when women go like, oh, this guy's shallow for thinking this way, or this guy's shallow for thinking that way. It's like, nah, man, what if he's just attracted to that? Like,
that's just what he like. Yeah.
Like, let the motherfucker like what he likes. God damn.
Yeah, I don't be tripping about shit like that. Like I said, it'd be hard for me to kind of like say shit like that because my body fire as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't really speak for like the flat booty hoes and shit like that. But
you know what really trips me out is like when a girl is like kind of ugly or whatever, and then like all her friends are ugly too. I'm almost like, how is that even possible? Like, I'll be like on Instagram, I'll be like, let's see which one of your friends I would actually date if I was single. And then I'm like, man, how are you all ugly as hell though? Like, how did not one of you figure this shit out?
I be thinking that same thing. Like, you see a group of niggas and it's like, y'all all lame as hell. Like, I'm like, damn, the whole crew, birds of a feather, I guess. Shit. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, shit.
But you know, they always say like the hot girl always has ugly friends. Like, that's kind of like the kind of tendency that you always see, like a hot girl always has ugly friends, or like at least one ugly friend, or whatever the hell.
See, this is the thing. Like, I feel like even judging like a friend group like on looks is crazy, because I'm gonna be your friend if you like real loyal. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how you look. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be like, oh, I done seen a group of pretty ass bitches. They all done fuck somebody, nigga. They all, you know what I'm saying? Like, all kind of shit like that. Like, I don't give a fuck about that type of shit. Like, I'm so scared to make new friends. I don't really have no friends here. Like, my friends live out of town, or like the friends I like grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up and kind of went separate ways, or we on different shit. So I don't really hang out with a whole bunch of bitches, and I'd be scared as hell, because it'd be like, one of y'all bitches try to fuck my nigga or do some shit, like, I'm gonna have to beat y'all ass. Like,
I honestly would never believe my friends would do that. I did think about that last night. That's kind of weird that you brought that up. I was like, if any one of my friends was to try to hook up with my girl, which one would it be? And I literally thought of all of them. I was like, I knew this one. I was like, he would do it. I was like, if she was like, yo, I need a ride home, he would try something. So I was like, I got to X this dude out of my life. I know my girl wouldn't let it happen, but I'm just saying the fact that I know he would do it means he can't be in my life.
But it's like, I'm not going to lie. I got like some friends and I feel like, I do not want to like say, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect them or nothing. But I know some females who I wouldn't leave around my nigga. But that's not the basis of our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like they also like be there for them if I need them. They give me the coat off their back. I just don't want to bring no nigga around them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that don't be just like everything like damn. You might do some shit in the long run, so I can't fuck with you. It'd be like, no, you still a good person in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still help me with this, help me with my business, or you'll be there for me if I need you to talk. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what it says? It says that your friendship is expendable to them. Because when I think about hooking up with my friends' girlfriends, the reason I don't do it, I'm just saying, like, if I do think about it, I go, I'm not going to do it because I would never want to lose my friendship with that guy.
Never.
I would never want to lose my friendship with you over your girlfriend hitting on me. I would never do that. So any one of your friends that's willing to sleep with your partner thinks you're expendable. Like, if he's not in my life or she's not in my life anymore, I don't give a damn.
I seen some shiesty ass shit, and I would never just say like, oh, it would never happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't put shit past nobody. So it's just like, you know, I wouldn't personally, like, if my friend got a nigga, he don't even look good to me. You know what I'm saying? He not attractive to me. There's no type of nothing. Like, it's nothing there I'm never coming at. You know what I'm saying? But I know some bitches that's like, they just don't care. You know what I'm saying? I know some niggas like that. Like, they just don't care. Like, somebody told me, like, his brother slept with his baby mama. Matter of fact, a couple of his brother's baby mama, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, and y'all still cool with this nigga? He like, that's still my brother. I ain't finna like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, but it's people out here that just be like on some shiesty ass shit.
I think some people do value relationships in a whole different scope. And I'll never understand it. For sure. I guess that's just how they live. Like, you know, some people are able to cheat and never speak on the fact that they cheated and just stay with that person that they're with. Me and you, I can already tell you, if me and you cheated on our partners, we would never be able to stay in the relationship anymore. We'd be like, you know, I feel too guilty. I had this lady tell me the other day, and I've known her for a long time. She's like, look, if you cheat on your partner one time, just don't tell them and just never do it again. If you feel like you're going to do it again, just leave them. But if you cheat on them only once, just don't tell them, because you're only making yourself less guilty. You're only making yourself feel less guilty.
So she said everybody get a free pass.
She said everybody gets one free pass because everybody can make one mistake. Like, it can just happen. It couldn't be that you intended to cheat. It just ended up happening. But she was like, at the end of the day, though, give that one pass, because you telling your partner that you cheated destroys them and it destroys the relationship. If you know you're never going to do it again, then just leave it alone. And I was like, bitch, are you crazy? Like, okay, so you tell me.
I would rather not know.
What?
I'd rather don't just come sit down and like, yeah, you know, I cheated on you. Pop, 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 pop. Like, stop fucking playing with me. Like, I would start beating your ass or something.
So you don't want to know if your guy cheated on you?
No, hell no. That's what I'm saying. It better not get back to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it get back to me, you being sloppy, it's gonna go up from there. And I'm not forgiving you, and we not working it out, like none of that type of shit. And I'm gonna do something.
Damn.
Like, so it's just like, you better keep it to yourself. I agree with her. Don't tell me shit.
Whew.
Don't tell me.
Wow.
Yeah, keep that shit to yourself. Don't bring me back nothing. Don't bring back no kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather, ignorance is bliss. Like,
sure. Did you get a chance to check? I mean, obviously everybody got a chance to check out the Detroit sign. How'd you feel about seeing the Detroit sign unveiled?
I feel like everybody was being like mad extra about it being weak. Like, it's just like a regular sign. Like, I don't know what the fuck everybody was expecting. Some big Hollywood $1 million shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it was straight. Like,
for real?
Yeah, I mean, it looked a little cheap, but it's like, what did y'all think was finna come? Like, what the fuck?
Well,
come on,
the digital AI version of it looked like the Hollywood, but just Detroit.
I saw that.
Looks
But
sweet.
who put that out?
Detroit Rap Daily.
That's what I'm saying. Like somebody made up some shit and then was like, "Oh yeah, this is coming, y'all." And then like
Low-key,
nobody even seen the regular, like the real shit.
I bet you they knew what it looked like even before they posted that shit. Like, oh, we're about to fuck y'all up. Now, like Allen Iverson just had his statue
I
unveiled.
saw that.
And it was like a very, very small statue. I think everybody that was there who saw the unveiling of Allen Iverson's statue was in shock too. Like, why'd you guys make it that small?
But I saw the rest of the statues, I think, in Philly. And they all that small.
Oh, really?
So his wasn't just like the smallest one. It was just like, that's how they do the statues there. I thought it was just like budget cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we fucked up right now. Let's just make them a little one. But it was like all small ones. Yeah, it was all the same size.
Yeah, I mean, you do wonder, like, as far as like ranking wise, like how much impact that he had on Philly. I mean, it's major. He changed the NBA. He changed the culture of the NBA.
He's like, cause I played basketball in college, like high school, college, like all that shit. So I'm like hip to, you know what I'm saying, like sports or whatever. And like Allen Iverson is easily like one of like the best point guards like the game ever seen. He definitely, I feel like, changed like the culture of the NBA. Like they had to have a dress code and shit after this nigga. He was getting his hair braided and shit on the sideline. Like he was just like sweet as fuck, like being himself. Yeah,
he changed it. He impacted the culture. He changed it. He made it where like people had to appreciate the culture that's coming from these people. And the NBA was very resistant, but then they were like, yo, people want this shit. And it was great that it happened. And then also on top of that, like his just the legacy that he carried throughout the entire time. You know what's interesting though? I remember last talk you did talk about playing basketball, and you were at the William Palmer event too. So you got to hoop with a lot of people from Detroit and stuff like that. So talk about that experience. Did you actually get to play, or like what was the behind the scenes of that?
Yeah, I played. It was like the games was going real fast though. So it was like they was going so fast. It was like a lot of people was like focused on the games, but like I did meet a whole bunch of people, like that tactical dude. I met him.
Detroit Dust.
Yeah, like I met him. I think like Nisha Nashay was up there, Skilla was up there, G-Mac Cash, Snap Dogg. Like I met like a whole bunch of people up there that I had never met in person before.
Oh,
and
cool.
Everybody was networking. It was like a real good positive event. I really hope he bring it back again and again. But it was like super cool. Like everybody was just chilling, playing basketball, taking pictures, talking. That was pretty fun. That was like definitely one of the highlights of last year. Before we close out too, I wanted to talk about too, like just like living in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like how I just was growing up in the city, like, and cause we was having this debate about like, would you raise your kids in the city?
In Detroit?
In Detroit.
Like what area are you talking about?
Just like in the city, like
downtown?
On 6 Mile and Hayes.
I mean, I kind of don't see what's wrong with it as long as you're in control of your family. Like, as long as you're in control and you're raising your kids right. I know it's going to be very, very difficult because you have outside influences of, like, friends. Like, I have a cousin right now that has a lot of bad influences around him. And he grew up in, like, a decent city. But his influences around him were so bad that now he's, like, on all types of shit. So I feel like if your influences around you are bad, it's going to be much more of my parenting job to make sure that you stay away from certain people. But at the same time, that can cause a rebellion. So it's very, very difficult.
See, I was having this debate, like, I don't want to raise my kids in the city because living in the city growing up was so fucking traumatized, and living on the east side, you know what I'm saying, it's like a pretty girl, like, and not even just, I was sitting on the porch one day when I was 15 and got shot. Sit on the porch. You know what I'm saying? I was on my way to a party just sitting there, and I heard like a fast sound, like, phew. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I stood up, and a bullet fell out of my shirt. No bullshit. I run upstairs. It's a hole in my shirt, hole in my bra, and it's like I'm bleeding. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing nothing. Just sit on the porch. So I'm just like, I would never want my kid to go through shit like that. And I was like, it wasn't no influence, like none of that type of shit like that. Like, it's just crazy as hell.
So you were just sitting on the porch and like out of the blue, like you didn't hear anything beforehand?
I heard like, phew. That's all I heard. I heard that and felt the pain. Was like, oh snap, and stood up, and a bullet fell out of my shirt. Did
it actually cause impact, or did it just skim you, or like how did it hit?
It hit me. It went through my shirt, went through my bra, and it hit me. And I had a I I still got the scar right now. I had like a real big like bruise under my titty and shit like that, and it was bleeding and everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love the city. I love being from the city. I love Detroit. I'm from the east side. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't want to. Anything can happen anywhere. But it's just like I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to raise my kids in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to just get jumped for no reason. Like, just walking to the store. Some girls was like, oh, just come to the store with us. And then jump me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all type of stuff like that. Like, it's so traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? Now, hopefully it's getting better with all this gentrification and shit going on. But you know what I'm saying? It just be crazy as hell. Like,
no, it's understandable. Like, if you feel like there's a lot of risk in the area that you're around, and then your children are being raised by that, they're exposed to that risk. And being a mother, everything a mother does is about protecting their child.
I ain't got no kids, by the way.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about my future
I'm
kids.
talking about, like in the future or whatever the case may be. So motherly instincts, like protect child at all costs.
Yeah.
And then if you put them in an environment where risk factors everywhere, of course you're not going to want to be there.
Yeah. No,
I don't think
it's a lot
of
crazy.
it's not a lot of their decisions, unfortunately, because there's like this whole issue about how there's not a lot of fathers that are raising their children, like the fathers disappear or whatever. So it's just the mother by herself, but then the mother has like not enough income to get out. And it's like they're kind of stuck there almost. It's like, how do you fucking get out? So it's not even like it's a choice for a lot of people, unfortunately.
I feel like it's getting better though. Like, I feel like a lot of guys my age, they are like really, really active in their kids' life. Like, I don't really know like a whole bunch of deadbeat guys. I know some back in the day uncles and all kind of shit like that, older guys who would just lead a whole family and go make a new one. You know what I'm saying? But like these days, like the guys that I know these days, they fighting to be in their kids' life. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure.
That's good, yeah, because G-Mac Cash came on and told a story about how when he was he was doing cable, he used to work at a cable network or whatever the hell, and he used to do cable at people's homes.
I know he looked familiar.
Huh?
I know he looked
You seen G-Mac do cable at your crib?
I feel like I did before.
He said that he would go into all these homes in the city and he would see that all the houses were single mothers. He would say there was no fathers. He's like, in the beginning he was like, he thought it was funny, but then after a while he was like, no, this is not funny anymore. This is fucked up. So if you're seeing a different perspective now that's happening, that's a great thing, obviously.
Yeah. I think it's changed. I think millennials, I think we like the best generation with like changing a whole bunch of shit, like changing the narrative, generational wealth, entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely think that narrative is changing. I ain't saying that it ain't niggas out there that ain't shit, because it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gotten a lot better.
For sure. Is there any projects you want to announce before we sign off?
Cut the Check. Cut the Check is coming out 4/24/24. Let me get my glasses on for this.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Cut the Check 4/24/24. We got 11 tracks on that joint. We got all type of top-notch production on that joint. Every song is a banger, guaranteed. Every single last one. So make sure y'all go check that out. Streaming everywhere. We got some hot visuals dropping. All that shit. Bitch ass nigga, No Motion, Hurricane Hillary, Letter to You niggas, Too Easy, Pricey, everything.
For sure. Once again, appreciate you being on the show. This is always fun, always great talks. I know last time we went pretty viral for some of the talks we had, and I know it's going to happen again. Very, very interesting discussion. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, Hello Visual, shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.
Oh, yeah.